Hi, good afternoon, and welcome to the London session. I hope you're all doing well. Um, so today is Thursday, and surprise, surprise. If you were here on Tuesday, I said before you blink, right, it'll be Thursday again, and here we are. If you blinked and today is Thursday, welcome to Thursday. All right, so what do we have in the market today? Let's go and look at the dollar index. So Tuesday we were here, and we were expecting price to trade to over there, right? And we did get kind of a move to the downside, but not much. And yesterday we had price pullback, taking our previous day's high. So today, what I'm expecting is one big down candle, like this, or like that, or like that, or like that. I'm expecting one big down candle to unfold. So going forward, we are looking for dollar to drop. This is the level I'm looking for dollar to drop into. Bear with me. All right, sorry guys, my son is misbehaving, so I had to tell him off. Okay, so as I was saying, we want to see um, today one candle drop down, taking out this equal low and closing in this imbalance. Preferably, I would like it to, go and hit that candle there. All right, so we are looking for a drop on dollar. On euro, that means we are looking for a rally. So we should see one rally or one big candle go up to close in this gap, and then probably trade to this last up candle, right? So this is what we are expecting. I think it's the last two up candles, but I like the last one. Okay, so I'm expecting a rally today. In terms of, if you're looking for a trade idea, you know what to do in terms of entries. You have your own entry technique. So the bias is to the upside. I've given you where it's trying to draw to, so you can use your entry technique to get in. British pound, same thing. I'm looking for price to go for this high. All right, so that's the direction that I'm expecting price to trade to. We had a run below previous day's low, price rejected, and then as usual targeted this high, but I'm expecting one more run to the upside today. All right, okay, so New Zealand dollar, this is a trade idea we had in the community yesterday. He actually came to entry, went to TP1, and then back to entry again. TP2 is up here, so with the expansion to the downside that I'm expecting on dollar index, we might see the expansion on this to also go up. All right, so we are looking for our second TP going into today. Today is Thursday, so it's quite a good day to anticipate a rally. Aussie, it's a pair that I'm currently not touching. It's kind of going sideways, so it's a no touch for me right now. We've not done anything with it since Monday, and we are not gonna touch it. So if you want to trade it, that's fine. We, or myself, we are not touching this pair, right? Whether up or down, we are not touching it, because you can see going forward, it's either it's gonna stay in a consolidation. It's consolidation to up, okay, not consolidation to down because of the bearishness in dollar. It's a consolidation to up, but because I can anticipate right now that consolidation, I'm not interested, right? If I see some excitement, then maybe yes. Dollar CAD, I'm bearish. I'm looking for price to drop down here on the daily time frame. I actually shared this in the community. That's my draw on liquidity. So I think we had a trade idea on Tuesday, you can see here, and it actually got stopped out, but I anticipated it before going into hit the stop loss, so we saved ourselves some pips before it's stopping us out, and it was caused by some random news event, right, that came in, and then price just rallied that much. It took out previous day's high and then rejected, so I actually benefited from the rejection, and then yesterday it did the same thing and I benefited again, right? Today I think we should see it continue going down, so it's either it's gonna stay like this till end of the week, and then next week we go down, or today should give a big drop, all right, depending on how dollar drops. If dollar drops like pretty hard, then this will follow suit. If dollar goes down like it's doing right now, then this might stay in the consolidation. But whatever you do, the draw liquidity is to the downside. Hang on, let me check what just happened. Whoa, just seeing 5% drop on Ethereum, and that has been what we've been expecting from this imbalance, but not that 5% drop. I just wanted to see it trade below that. Well, I guess it's going to do that. It's going to run this low properly. I didn't want to see that, but that's the case, because this low was not run properly, right? It was just like a small run, so maybe it's now going to do it properly. That's nice. So dollar CAD, we are looking for lower prices, all right. Euro pound, we had a trade idea on this yesterday, buying this imbalance with our stop loss below this, and that was the entry with our stop here. And this morning I was looking at price and I felt like they would take out this low, okay, so I decided where price was, because they did not because price did not respect this imbalance and did not respect that imbalance either. I felt like they will take out this low before going up, which is where our stop loss is. So why would I want to take out the loss when I know that it's gonna potentially go there? I still feel like it's gonna go there. This rally doesn't change anything. This might be the scenario where it's gonna cause people to chase that and then it reject. Now I can be wrong and it could be a reversal, all right, but this imbalance in here, that's the that's the reason why I closed the trade, because it can trade into that and then you be thinking it's gonna go up and then it will come back down again. So actually, what you want? That is teaching. Sorry, though. Okay. Right, so because of that imbalance up there, right, I decided to close the trade. Now, for our VIP members, the reason why I closed the trade, and I also gave you that level, if you watch the update on the trade idea, I stated that, let me go and read it to you. Bear with me. Edit. Yeah, so I stated that it looks like it's similar to what happened to dollar CAD, right? And it might stop us and reverse. So if price trades back to 0.85087, so the 0.85087 is this one here. 0.85087 is 1 pipette off. Now that level is this down candles high, right? And there is an imbalance there, so it can trade up there and then reject. So for us to go up, we will have to see price close above this imbalance. If we do, then we can resume, right, going back in long and expect price to trade here and then to trade up there. But if we don't go above this, then they will come, the price is gonna come back down for this low before maybe rejecting to go up. Okay, so it's a watch and see right now on this. If we do breach this imbalance here, then I think we'll be going up. But if we don't, then it's gonna come back here and maybe down there before rejecting. And then if it does give us an entry down here, I'll be comfortable buying down there, right? Because I did not anticipate them coming all the way down that much, at least to this candle's high like it did here and then go up. That's the least, that's the maximum, right? I allowed it from this to there, and then they went beyond that. Okay, so that's the filter to use for continuation to the upside. Gold, I'm currently on the sidelines on gold. We did hit my my target, which was basically this candle's low for the week. So from Monday, that has been where I thought price was gonna trade to. So Monday, Tuesday, we actually got that, and then price reject. But I was looking to see if they can trade up here, or just above this candle's high. Okay, and that didn't happen. They broke down. So currently we don't have any position on this. We are waiting for more information. I am waiting for more information. Now if you look on the H4, right, we did get a breaking structure, right? So if it does pull back to this last up candle, there's a small fair value gap up there, right here, to that last up candle, or maybe into that can give us a rejection to come back down again. So watch gold and see if it does trade up there, right? Then you can look for a sell, attempt a sell, because overall it's bearish. We've had only just a minor pullback. Okay, this is just a minor pullback. Overall it's still bearish, and the draw on liquidity is basically down here. Okay, so if it does pull back somewhere in here or there. Let me measure the range. Should be in premium. Yeah, they are both in premium, so either or, you decide which one you want to go for, and then look for a rejection to come back down again. We have relative equal lows down here, so you can target that. Okay, I will look at the GJ for you. Let me finish going through these ones, and then we'll look at GJ. The next one is crude oil. So crude oil, the storyline hasn't changed. You can see we are stuck here, and since Monday, 1 2 3 4, that's what we've been doing. And I gave either long here or 15 minutes down there, or we break above this and then we look for the buy. So since then we've just been consolidating, so there's nothing really to do on this one right now. Just sit on your hands, don't do anything. Yes, it's been going up, down, up, down, up, down. Unless you're scalping, don't do anything. All right, that was a nice entry, and I'm gonna give you if you stay to the end, if you stay to the end, I'm gonna give you a gift. I'm gonna give you a gift. Now remember me, I said that, okay, at the end of the session, remember me, I said that if you're watching. All right, remember me, I said I was going to give you a gift when I finish. Bitcoin and Ethereum, we've been on the sidelines. Bitcoin, I was looking for this equal lows to be run, and probably looks like that's what it's gonna do, right? But I don't feel like it's gonna go down for this low. I don't feel like it, right? It can, don't get me wrong, but I don't feel like it's going to do that right now. Maybe it might do it after pulling back, but not now. But this one, yes, I feel like it's gonna take out this low again, because the run below that equal low was just too shallow. It's just too, like, that's too small. So it probably will come back and wipe it properly. Then this one will maybe take out these equal lows, and you will see a divergence between those two. Okay, so what you end up seeing is that Bitcoin is going to create a higher low. Let me extend it. Whilst Ethereum is going to create a lower low. Okay, and when you see that, come on, okay, when you see that and market starts rejecting and starts coming back up, I think that will be accumulation on this pair and that pair. So you can use either or to trade into imbalances on the daily time frame. Right, so when that happens, I will go for Bitcoin, because that's the one that shows strength, which it doesn't take out the low, so that will be showing strength. And then you can target this imbalance here and there. Okay, so on Bitcoin, you're anticipating a lower high forming. Ethereum, you're anticipating a lower low forming, and then you can start anticipating a buy to continue going up. All right, okay, so we've gone through all this. You know what you're doing. I'm gonna recap. Dollar, you're looking for lower prices, euro higher prices, pound higher prices, New Zealand higher prices, Aussie higher prices, dollar CAD lower prices. This one we are waiting for confirmation. You're gonna anticipate a rally and then a drop. That one stay on the sidelines, and then these two obviously you just had the explanation. All right, let's move to the next one. So over here, this is a trade idea that we have in our community right now. Now I don't know whether to say it got activate because I'm already short, right? I entered short. Sometimes there can be some kind of differences in brokers, so that wick there, right, maybe on a different broker it did touch this low, so I just went in because whenever I'm looking for these kind of entries, because of how price first of all couldn't take out this low and it came right back up to take out this high, that looked to me as engineered, so I went in, taking out this high and breaking down. I think, let me go back to the Oanda platform and then show you, because I have a system that gives me a trade idea. Okay, it's the way I trade. Okay, that has been converted into a system for me. The system gave a trade here, right? So because on the high time frame I'm still okay. So because my system has, the way I trade converted into some kind of system for me. The trade idea was there since yesterday, right? Since this drop here, right? And we are yet to hit the final target. And plus, my high time frame is bearish. My drawn liquidity is down here. So the retracement that's occurring, right? Manual trading, there's a specific price point, this one here, right? But it doesn't mean it has to get there for me to get an entry. But as a trade idea, I have to give you an entry, an exit, and a stop loss. So that was the entry that I was anticipating for you guys, and then go down. So it's not activated because it did not hit the entry, but I'm already short. Okay, and I'm looking for that continuation to the downside to attack this. Now if you do understand what I've been teaching, then right here, okay, that's an imbalance. So coming very close to that entry, that should be a trust. Like you have to trust the price action that it's not gonna go up here, and then you can sell short anywhere in here. Right, let me turn this thing off. Anywhere in here between this and that, anywhere in there, right, it's a good entry. Okay, anywhere in there is a good entry. So if we come back to this low again, that's a good entry, right? All you have to do is trust that price is not going to breach it, right? Price is not going to breach that gap, and then we should see price drop down. Okay, so we are looking for price to go and attack this low. So let's see. Yesterday was an inside candle, which is this high, that low, that one is within that. So maybe not all the time, sometimes it can take out this high before going down, but it hasn't done so yet. So maybe New York session, if we don't take out this low by New York session, maybe it can rally back up, take out this high, and then drop. Okay, when you see that happening, you want to go short. Don't wait for it to touch this. Okay, if it goes above yesterday's high right there, you want to go short. Okay, and then look for continuation to the downside. Okay, the other trade that direction that we are anticipating is a move to this low, but we are targeting this equal low and that equal low first. So on Aussie yen, we are looking for this high to this low. That's the current dealing range, so we don't want to see price go beyond this high. Okay, so everything going on in here is just complex pulling backs. So this, as long as we are still above this low, everything else is just a pullback relative to this range, and we should see price trade down here. All right, so Mr. Fisi, don't sweat with all this price movement. That's why I mentioned to you, don't worry about it. Right, just know that the draw is to the downside, and this is where price should not be going. Okay, so as long as we are in here, price is fine to go down here. Oops. All right, so I'm gonna leave that. Now, what makes me think that price should come down here? Well, remember I said, when was it? I think 2-3 days ago. I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago. I said that price is gonna take stops, right? And it's gonna expand. And then our beautiful people will have an insight, and price is gonna pull back into something, and then they will take advantage of it, right? That's what's happening here. Price took our stops, expanded, it's pulling back to something to go down. So that's what is happening here. Okay, the same thing applies to that one. We are looking for lower prices to unfold, but between those two, I'm always electing to go with this one here, because that pair should drop. I actually did this. It's too much of a big stop loss, right? That's why I've not shared it. I don't like how big the stop loss is, and the risk to reward doesn't justify. At least it should be 2-1. Now, if we can trade up here, then yes, you can take it like that. Okay, if you can trade a little bit high, at least 50% of that range. It shouldn't, but if it does, that would be perfect. Okay, so on the H4, you will see that there's an imbalance in this one and that one. Anywhere in there, okay, you're good to sell short. it has actually dipped into it once, right? So if it goes in there again, you're good to sell short. Just leave your stop loss above the auto block high, and then anticipate price dropping down here and then there. All right, so that's Aussie New Zealand, and because of that weakness in Aussie, that's why I'm electing to go with this one. Okay, the Euro Aussie, I'm on the sidelines right now. I don't like the way price is behaving, right? The draw liquidity is up here, but the way it's moving, it makes it too much. It makes it too complex in terms of trying to get a good entry with a stop loss, because the way price is going up down, you can't get an entry and it can stop you and still go up. So I've not seen any clean kind of entry. Now on the H4, if price did manage to trade down here, that would have been a nice good wow, it would be a really nice risk to reward, where this low taking imbalance, right, expansion, pullback, you get an entry here, target is equal high. That would justify me taking a risk on this. Like this, right? If it does get there, then yes, it's reasonable, because then I know that if we go down here, I'm wrong, right? If we go down there, I'm wrong. Price is gonna continue in that direction. But this one, if I buy here, which is the first H4 imbalance that you see that highlighted, if we do trade there, right? Oh, sorry, we did trade there. If you're taking an entry here, your stop still has to be somewhere down here. Okay, because you can't leave your stop here, because if you do, you leave yourself exposed to this one and it can stop you out, hit it and go up. So your stop has to be below that. And if you look on the H1, this is actually a void, so your stop has to go all the way down there. It doesn't justify this trade here, right? It's a H4 entry, so I wouldn't be comfortable, because this is gonna take ages for it to fulfill. And if I'm just gonna get 2 to 1, well, 3 to 1, sorry, 2.5 to 1, I might as well as look for a scalp that will give me that same thing, and not sit in, maybe days of up and down. All right, so that's why I'm not gonna touch this now. But if we do come down here, it does actually justify, and it's reasonable to hold on to at least a 5 to 1 for a couple of days on a H4. That's decent. All right, same thing applies to this bad boy. The draw on liquidity is up here. We actually we missed it by a couple of pips. So New Zealand itself is strong, so I wouldn't touch this. Let's look at, we just looked at that. Let's look at pound Aussie. Yeah, I don't want to do anything with this. This was a trade I suggested if our members that are hardcore trend traders, right? If you just trade with the trend, maybe because this is making that trend, you want to continue with that, then you can sell that bearish order block and look for price to go down. But if you are pro trend on high time frame, which is this one here, sorry, that one, the daily, then we have an impulse leg, pull back, so we should see price go higher. So if that's the case, sit on your hands till you see a breaking structure above this high, and then you can look for your buy. Okay, so if you're a pro trend trader and you go with the higher time frame, which is this one here, the daily, then sit on your hands and wait for breaking structure, and then you can buy. But if you want to trade with the trend that you see on every time frame, then currently that's bearish, you want to go short. Which side would I go? I'll wait for breaking structure. That's me, and everyone is different. Okay. All right, now let's answer some questions. If you have any question, feel free to send it now. First one is the GJ, so let's have a look at GJ. Okay, so straight away, what I just explained on, what pair did I explain that? An inside candle, price takes out the high, and then it goes down the next day. There was a pair here that had an inside candle. Let me go through it. Let's see. I think it was euro. No. I can't remember, but I did see an example. Oh, there is this one here. Right? An inside candle. Right? Price takes out the previous day's high and then goes down. Right? Or price should take out the previous day's high and then go down. Same thing is happening on GJ. We had this candle being inside that. Next day we run above previous day's high, as previous day's high. We run that and then boom, rejection. So I think GJ is gonna go and attack these lows. And this one. They look too clean. I think that's where GJ is gonna go. So far, that's what I can see. And maybe after taking out that, maybe it might be traced back inside the range, but that's what I can see for now. Okay. Yep. If you're watching the live session, that's exactly what I said. Okay. So what you sent me, if you're watching the live session, that's exactly what I said. All right. So expect price to drop. Okay. Any other question? Any other question? Okay, you joining in late, that's fine. I already covered that. I mentioned that we have price running this high, previous this high, and then breaking down, taking out this low. That is a trading range. Price pulls back, drops, failure to make a lower low. So this is just a manipulation, run back up again, taking out this high. So we should see it attack this low, and this is my focus, okay, because this is the origin of this move up. So you can see we have high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, and breakdown. And I think I've given this pattern to you guys. When you see price going up like that, and then you see break, you draw attention to this low, because it's gonna pull back and then attack that. But in this case, what it's doing is it's doing something like this. Went up, came down, went up again, and then it's now doing something like that. So this and that is your breaking market structure. All this is a pullback, so we should see it drop down here, which is the origin of this move. So you can see this one to that. Do you share your trade setup indicator? No. That's something personal, but if you want access to it, it's something that it's paid for. Okay, you have to pay for it. It just helps with trade ideas in the direction of your bias, right? It doesn't give you, it's not scanning the market for signals, okay? It's scanning trade ideas in the direction of your bias. So if you have a bias, like I do on this one, like that, right, then it helps me with trade ideas. So you can see, I think since this candle, I've been bearish. Okay, so since the close of this candle, right, I've been bearish. So starting from there, which is, when was that, 19th May low, let's go here. 19th May is last week Thursday. So since last week Thursday, now it's not running on the 4 hour, it's supposed to be running on the 1 hour. I don't know why. I'm just gonna change this to 1 hour quickly. Alright, and if I turn it back on, so since 19th May, it has actually given me just that trade. Right, it did give trade ideas before, but at the time it wasn't bearish yet in my eyes. It was still bullish. So from here, there, okay, but let me do it on the daily over here. Let me put the daily over here, and do that one. Okay, so from here, I was still bullish. Okay, this is just a pullback for me to buy to continue going up. So I'm not interested in, come on, okay, I'm not interested in this signal, right? Because I'm bullish. So because I'm bullish, like for example in here, because I was bullish, that's a good buy. That's a good buy. That's a good buy. That's a good buy. But over here, right, that's not a good sell because I'm bullish. Okay, so the moment we had let me play it right there, the moment we had that 19th day closed confirming bearish price action, then going forward any sell idea that it gives me, okay, I'll be interested in it, which is what gave me the one that you see here, right? And then that's what I'm looking for, a continuation. Okay, so it's not a signal, it's a tool that helps with trade ideas in the direction of your buyers. And it's not free. So you know. A signal. Okay, any other questions? Any other questions? I've got 12 minutes left, so let's do time. Let's go and check this pair and see where it's currently at. So that level, it's there. That's where I want anticipate price rejecting again and coming back down. New Zealand, Aussie, dollar CAD. Yeah, I think London is most of the time very boring. So maybe after this, I'm just gonna go and just chill out and then come back during the New York session. Okay, so it seems that we've exhausted all the questions, I think. Yes, don't worry too much. I think you're so concerned about this pair, and that is making me a little bit worried for you. I'm not gonna lie, you're so concerned about this pair right now that makes me worried for you. Don't do that, okay? Liberate yourself. Let price take care of what price is capable of doing. Just have your entry, have your stop loss, and don't worry about the rest. Okay? Don't be too concerned. You can't change anything. Alright? There's nothing you can change. All you can do is control your entry, your stop loss, and your exit. That's it, and your risk. Regarding its movement, you have absolutely no control. So don't worry about it. Okay. Yeah, don't worry about it. If you don't have an entry, then that's fine. Maybe you can hunt for an entry somewhere up in here. If it does retrace there. And there's a small gap up there. So you can hunt for an entry there. What time is it? 6, 7, 8. Alright, so my gift for you, because I remembered, and you know, because it's 23, I'm gonna give you the gift and then I'll run away. My gift for you for today, for staying till now, is that pay attention to imbalances that is created during 7, 8, 9, 10 London session, and then 12, 1, 2, 3 New York session. Imbalances that is created between 7, 8, 9, 10. So the 7 o'clock candle, where is it? Not on this pair. Let's go to something that you all can relate to. So something like this: 7, 8, 9, 10. Those 4 candles, right? If it creates an imbalance, you want to take note of that. They are very powerful imbalances. The other one is from 12, 1, 2, 3. 12, 1, 2, 3. If price creates any imbalance during that time, right, pay attention to those ones as well, because they tend to be powerful. So if New York trades down into something like that, because that's what created during the 8 o'clock, that's an imbalance. This is also an imbalance, right? So 7, 8, 9, 10, it created this one here. We trade back into it, and then expansion. It's not gonna be, pretty all the time like that, but if you pay attention to them, you are going to see some significant things. So here we have 7, 8, 9, 10, right? We created this one and that one. New York session trades into that or this, and then gives you a rejection. Okay, traded back into that one, which is the 7, 8 one, and then gave you a rejection. Okay. So that's my gift for you. Go through price, back test it, and then see what you can find, and come and tell me what you find with them. All right. Okay, so that's it from me for today. Thank you for joining me. I will see you on YouTube on Tuesday, and our VIP members, I'll see you at 2. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get the dollar index to drop, and then nice one here. Dollar has created an imbalance at between 8, 7, 8, 9 right there. So that's a very important imbalance. We also had one in this, forget that, this one here, that was from yesterday. So very strong level somewhere in here that we should see price go down. And for our VIP members, right, I'm gonna give you an assignment. I'll bring it back up when we meet in the afternoon. Find out why this high formed here. Okay. Find out why there's something that is here that caused price to turn here, exactly where it is. Right? Find out why. If you do find it out, when we meet in the afternoon, tell me. If you don't, I'm gonna tell you what caused this high here, because I was watching it, right? So when we meet, you can tell me. Okay? So that's it for now. I'll see you in the afternoon. Okay? Enjoy, stay blessed, enjoy the sun,